Welcome to Ability Analysis, where we shall analyze all of the unlockable alternate abilities in the game before acting like a bunch of astrophysicists and pretend like we know what we're doing. Today we shall be taking a look at the Super Multi-Ball and all of its statistics and quirks. Let's get started. The Super Multi-Ball is the alternate ability to the Super Ultra Ball that can only be obtained through purchasing the deluxe edition of the game. The ability functions exactly the same in causing Super Brains to become stationary as he charges up the attack. However, instead of firing a singular large Ultra Ball, 3 smaller ones are fired out instead. The 3 mini balls are fired at 200 rounds per minute, and each of the 3 mini Ultra Balls can deal 60 damage for a direct hit and up to 20 for the splash in a near identical radius. The mini Ultra Balls still do gain speed over time, but their initial projectile velocity is mildly slower and the switchback delay is slightly longer. Both abilities take 1.07 seconds to deploy, and both have a 16-second cooldown. Now, to compare the two, which is better and why? Well, the standard Ultra Ball offers a more direct and simplistic approach, having a singular projectile that can deal a lot of damage and in some cases can be fatal if a direct hit is scored with it. Its faster projectile velocity also makes it a bit more effective at long range, though its low total impact of 120 does make it unable to kill a lot of classes even with a direct hit. On the other hand, the Super Multi-Ball offers a much higher total damage output at 180, allowing you to kill some of the more bulkier classes like Chompers and Corns, as well as spread your damage output more easily should you happen to face multiple enemies, though they are not as good at long range due to their slower projectile velocity. Both abilities suspend Super Brains in the air, and the Ultra Balls fired both accelerate in speed over time. So, with the comparisons out of the way, which is better at what? Well, if you're wanting a single reliable instance of damage that can be used better at long range, doesn't take long to fire out, and has a lot of generous splash, then the regular Ultra Ball is your go-to option. If however, you're willing to sacrifice a bit of range in exchange for potentially higher damage output if you hit all 3 on the same target, or just want to spread the damage out against large groups, then the Super Multi-Ball is your go-to option. As for my final verdict, across all scenarios and capabilities, in most cases, I would go with the standard Ultra Ball due to its high splash potential and high direct hit damage. The exception I would make to this rule is Toxic Brains, purely due to his overload making Multi-Ball just as viable as the regular one. Be sure to come back for the next episode in 2 weeks. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more shit like this. Have fun.